Hey guys, so let's talk about the lister. The lister in OA will be used to list products simultaneously to OAGenius and to Amazon, or you can list, by listing through here if it already exists on Amazon with an already existing product. You can also just like sync the product by listing it through this lister, and this is of course the manual way to update your listings and upload your listings into both our system and to Amazon simultaneously. You can also upload your products in bulk via CSV on the uploads page. Okay, we'll talk about that in a different video, but for now let's talk about how you're going to list products from within OAGenius and the lister. So the things that you're going to need are an ASIN. So we're just going to drop those in. That's an Amazon stock identification number. And you'll just drop that in there. Usually it starts with BO. The next thing is SKU. You could literally make it anything. For this case, I might just do like JS and then the date, 18, 19, whatever it may be. Literally does not matter. The only thing I would recommend is not starting with 0, because when you export this information from OAGenius into Excel or a CSV, it will drop your leading 0. So do not start your SKUs with 0. The way that our system interacts with Amazon is by the SKU. So if the SKU within OAGenius matches the SKU within Amazon, which it will if you're listing it through our lister for the first time, then we know which source URL to associate it with. If the ASIN in Amazon already has a SKU associated with it and you're just listing it to OAGenius for management, you're going to need to match the SKU associated with that ASIN to the SKU in Amazon. Okay, so SKU, we've gone over that, and we will just put anything in here. So, okay, great. Next thing is initial price to list on Amazon. Let's say we're going to list a product for $100 and you are buying it for $75. Then we would put 100 into here, and it'll give you an indication as to what you're going to be left over with after the associated Amazon fees. If you could be competitive at $100 within like the top 3, 4, 5 positions, then it's probably a good idea to list the product. And so you'll be left over with $85, and if the product costs you $75, and you know that based on the source URL, then on that sale you'll make $10. Initial quantity to list is up to you. You can select 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it may be. Let's just start with 1. The system will adjust that quantity based on the availability on the source site, and then based off of this default setting that you've set within the settings page. Next thing would be the source URL. So you could drop any source URL into here. If the source URL happens to be a variation URL, then we will automatically parse that URL for you within this field, and I will show you an example of that right here now. So as you can see, we give you the variant type, the variant name, and the product URLs associated with those, right? So if this ASIN was associated with a 3-pack of whatever this URL is, which is, let's say, here you go, here's the variation. So you can do a 3-pack, a 4-pack, or a 5-pack of this soccer ball. Then this ASIN was for a 3-pack. You would select this variation. The only thing that I'm going to tell you about variations and the system is with regards to the SKUs. Remember how I said you can make the SKUs whatever you'd like? That does hold true unless you have a variation URL and you select the variant, and the variant overrides the SKU for you. If we're overriding the SKU, it means that we need that SKU in order to track this variation. And so we urge you to keep it the way that it's allocated it, and just let it be that way within our system, because otherwise we won't be able to track the variation. As you can see, if you select the different variations, it's going to change the SKU here. So again, if the system allocates a SKU for you and it overrides what you already put in, please leave it the way it is. Next is bundle quantity. Bundle quantity works as follows. If it's a 1-pack, on Amazon and it's a 1-pack at the source, then it would be bundle quantity 1. If it's a 2-pack on Amazon and a 1-pack in the source, then the bundle quantity will be 2. If it's a 6-pack on Amazon and a 2-pack in the source, then the bundle quantity would be 3. Pretty self-explanatory. It's just the multiplier of the source bundle according to the Amazon listing. Next will be shipping cost. Let's say it's $5.99 to start, then you will just enter that. If it was over the shipping threshold for free shipping, then you might want to do 0.00. Now, in the settings page, we'll talk about auto assigning shipping based on different thresholds at the different suppliers. Like Walmart, for example, free shipping will happen over $35, but maybe in some sources there's instances where even though it's above the $35 threshold, there still will be shipping applied because it's a very heavy item or something like that. So now, in general, if you list that to the to OA and it's over the shipping threshold with and you list it with $0 shipping, then if it drops below the threshold, we'll apply the shipping. If it stays above the threshold, we won't apply the shipping. But if you list it and it's above the shipping threshold for the first time it's being listed, and you've associated, let's say, a $15 LTL, like freight shipping charge, because even though it's above the threshold, we're still applying shipping, we will respect that, and we won't apply the auto assign shipping rules. So again, if it's over the shipping threshold and we do see shipping within our shipping rates within our system, then we'll leave the shipping in place. Otherwise, it will fluctuate it. If it drops below the threshold, we'll add the shipping. If it's above the threshold, we'll remove it. Handling time. Handling time is the time in between when you place the order and when you get your tracking number. So it's important that you set these at the individual source, right? So like a source like Blaine's or Mills, you may be comfortable with like a 2 to 3 day handling time, whereas like a Home Depot, you might go with like a 4 or 5 day handling time. And it's kind of good to, like, at least in the beginning, list with longer handling times. And if you're able to make sales like that and get your velocity up, like your sales velocity up, then you can always do an analysis, see how your late shipment rates and valid tracking rates and all the rest of your metrics are looking. And then once you have a good handle on that, you'd be like, okay, well, let's turn it up a little bit. I'm going to turn it up by changing my handling days down by 1 day on this one particular supplier, see how that shakes out, and then move forward from there. Handling time is one of the most important factors in whether or not you're going to be obtaining buy boxes, so it's something to watch carefully and closely each and every day. So that's how you would list a normal sort of product. If you wanted to, then you would then just click Create Listing. If you wanted to bundle and kit an item together, so let's say the bundle quantity on this item was 1, but so we're selling like a soccer ball, right? A 3-pack of the soccer balls, and then we wanted to add a 3-pack of soccer balls and like a 4-pack of cones or something like that. So you would just add to this. So this is the ASIN, and this ASIN is a kit. It's for 3 soccer balls, which we said here, which is, this is the source URL for it. This is the bundle quantity. It's like a 1-pack. So it's 1 pack of the 3 soccer balls, $0 shipping, and $4 days handling. Okay, and we're gonna want to put the handling time for like the longest amount of handling time. So let's say you were sourcing from 2 different suppliers. This is from Walmart and this is from Bed Bath & Beyond. Walmart, maybe it's 3 days handling, but Bed Bath & Beyond is 4. So you're gonna want to go with 4 for this listing. And then you're gonna drop the source URL here for the cones. This is, I'd say it was a 4-pack of cones, and that was the listing. Bundle quantity is 1, shipping costs associated. Let's say there was also $0 shipping on this, and then you would create the listing here. You would just simply drop the other URL into here. For the sake of this video, I'll just drop the same URL, and you will just create the listing, and that's how you make a bundle. You can always obviously just remove that and go about your merry way. That's basically the lister. Hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you have any questions.